Oh, I know what bear that is. But for those of you who don't, allow me to do the honors. Meet the Kodiak bear. They're only found in one place on the entire Earth, and that's a little island off the coast of Alaska called Kodiak Island. That's where they get their name. It's a subspecies of the brown bear, except on steroids. They get over 10 feet tall and 1,500 pounds, making them the largest bears on Earth. Just a tad bit bigger than a polar bear. Terrifying. Not to mention, they also have 6-inch claws, which are the largest claws of any bear in the world as well. Look at that thing. But the reason these bears are so big is because on this little island, there's not much vegetation. And because of that, these bears are pretty much forced to go full carnivore. They'll eat wolves, moose, elk, basically anything with a heartbeat or without a heartbeat. They'll eat carcasses. Moral of the story, we're all just lucky that they're trapped on one island. For now. Yes, that bird was eating bees. Meet the honey buzzard, also known as the bee-eating bird of prey. As their name would suggest, a big portion of this bird's diet is bees. And the larva. They'll eat the whole bloodline. But it's not just bees. They'll eat wasps and hornets. In fact, this is the only known predator to the Asian giant hornet. You know, the largest and most aggressive and most dangerous hornet in the world. That hurts just to think about. But for this flying middle finger, that's light work. First off, their feathers are like scales, so it's really hard for a stinger to penetrate. Outside of that suit of armor, they also have really thick skin. And if all of that fails, who cares? They're also resistant to venom. In other words, this is a bee's, wasps, or hornet's worst nightmare. Sometimes they'll even take the whole hive so they have snacks for later. That is some next level villain activity. Moral of the story, you might be afraid of bees, but trust me, they have it a lot worse than us.
This guy. Yeah.
He's fine. Don't worry about it. As for the guy though, I have no idea. Let me tell you something. That was a bison, also known as the American buffalo. These menaces are the largest animals in America, getting over 6 feet tall and 2,200 pounds apiece. Not something you want to have beef with. Pun intended. Especially when you find out that they can also run 40 miles an hour and jump 6 feet vertically. I didn't know 1 ton could do that. That's impressive. And terrifying. But then again, what do you expect when we're talking about the only animal in the world known to run headfirst into storms? Or square up with full-grown grizzly bears? Fear? Never heard of her. But the scariest thing about them is obviously their anger issues that no amount of therapy could fix. As you saw in the opening clip, they're known to attack humans for absolutely no reason whatsoever. They don't like people. Relatable. Moral of the story, if you do this to get a viral video, you'll become famous, all right. You'll be on the news.
You wanna see something new? I got something.
Who thought it was a good idea to allow the 2 top predators to make babies? Let me tell you something. Meet the liger. As their name would suggest, this is a hybrid between a lion and a tiger. And it's the largest cat on planet Earth. Big surprise. What do you think's gonna happen when you breed the king with a lion? They get up to 12 feet in length and 900 pounds. A cat the size of a polar bear. Oh, and they can also run 50 miles an hour too. One report says 60, so there's that. But the crazy part is they literally take the best traits from both parents. They have a 1,200-pound bite force, excellent jumping abilities, and a love for water, just like a tiger. However, they're also very social and prefer to be in groups like a lion. According to researchers, if they were in the wild, they would be pack hunters. 900-pound pack hunters? What are they gonna hunt? Elephants? Moral of the story, either the lion or the tiger is the king of the jungle. But this thing is just the king. Period. I think it's time we talk about an extinct animal. Especially because there's big news about this fella. Meet the thylacine, also known as the Tasmanian tiger. Once upon a time, these bad boys were the top of the food chain of their habitat. But that's obvious. I mean, this is a 60-pound fully carnivorous marsupial that can open its mouth at an 80-degree angle. It's basically the upgraded version of the Tasmanian devil. And by the way, marsupial just means that it gives birth to live babies and carries them in a pouch. Weird spot for the pouch. But hey, who am I to judge? Anyways, this footage shows the last remaining thylacine to ever exist. His name was Benjamin. And when Benjamin passed away in 1936, the species officially went extinct. For now. Which brings me to the big news. A company by the name of Colossal has plans of bringing the thylacine out of extinction. Now everybody said that was impossible, except one thing. Colossal just released an update. The genome is 99.9% complete. Do you know what this means? We are going to see a thylacine in our lifetime. And this will mark the first time in history that an animal was brought out of extinction.
Don't run!
Those things are just middle fingers wrapped in feathers. Meet the ostrich. First off, these bad boys get up to 9 feet tall and 300 pounds. That makes them the tallest and heaviest bird on planet Earth. And that includes Big Bird. I'm not even joking. But it's not their size that's going to make the difference. It's their legs. The ostrich could kick with a force of 2,000 pounds of pressure. To put that into perspective, that's strong enough to take out a lion in one shot. And yes, they've done it. Oh yeah, this is what they're kicking with. Call me crazy, but that's the foot of a dinosaur. And yes, they only have one claw, but that claw is 4 inches long and could open you up like a fish. This actually happened to Johnny Cash. He only survived because of his belt buckle. I'm telling you, 9 feet of pure violence. And if all of that ain't bad enough, they also travel in packs of up to 100. And each one of them could run over 40 miles an hour. They got a set of legs on them. Moral of the story, here's a piece of advice. Never mess with a bird that kicks harder than Bruce Lee. I'm starting to think that Godzilla wasn't a movie. It was a documentary. Meet the saltwater crocodile. These prehistoric middle fingers are the largest crocodiles in the world, getting up to 20 feet long and 2,400 pounds. That's the weight of an SUV and the length of a limousine. They also have a 3,700 pound bite force, which is 5 times the bite force of, I don't know, a lion. And that's just the beginning. They have better hearing than humans. Directional smelling, which means they could smell which direction their prey is. Those little nodes on their body are built-in motion detectors. They can camouflage, and they could communicate with other crocodiles to have them help them hunt. And yes, they're man-eaters, which basically means they like the flavor of human. I mean, there was literally a war between Japanese soldiers and saltwater crocodiles during World War II. The crocodiles won. Moral of the story, unless you're Garrett, that's not something you yoink. That thing yoinks you.